I put this comment. So if you want full context, go ahead and click on that and see what this guy had to say. And I called him a racist because he's basically racist. He's confusing with communist China today with the Chinese culture throughout the history of Chinese culture. If you watched, was it Fearless? I don't think it was Fearless, but it was about the original emperor, Ching Chang. I can't remember. I haven't used my Chinese history knowledge in a long time. He brought all the states of China together through a spear, but he did. He had slavery, and there was lots of bad things. That's where you got the Chinese warriors, the Chinese army, clay army. Okay. You also had philosophers like Confucius, and you've had a lot of stuff, philosophers that have come and ideals that have come out of China that are good and integral. Also, Chinese people, he says like they're a den of thieves. They're all thieves. Their crossbow was way advanced than European crossbows ever could be. They had a constructed capitalism basically before capitalism was there because they had managers. Things were signed. People that worked on it had to sign off it. Their managers had to sign off it. Now, you probably, if you didn't do a good job, you weren't the manager anymore. You probably were relieved of breathing as well. But they had like an assembly line before Ford came up with the assembly line on making weaponry, especially their bows, to making the crossbow, so it was easy for taking peasants, give them a bow to equal the odds, and that bow being devastating as it was, with assembled parts that were in an assembly line. China has a great history of art and ceramics. That's why Grandma had the good china. Dude, you're as old as I am. You have to remember your grandmother having the good china. So I don't care much for bigots like this that only use partial history to try to justify their hatred of a certain culture. Every culture has its pluses and minuses. Even my cultures, I come from multi nationalities, have their pluses and minuses. No culture is completely innocent, but each culture has a richness to it. If you take Western civilization, which was just saying, I am sure as shit you don't know who Seneca is, or Epictetus, or Sir Thomas More. So, they were great philosophers of their time, and their country, and their nation. And there's more philosophers like that from all different cultures. So, dude, you need to take back and have a realistic look and stop promoting your racism. I'm calling you. I'm calling it like I see it, man. So, you can have all the hatred in your heart you want, but it's the culture that is there now. The leaders. Just like people not liking us because of what our leaders do. We don't agree with our leaders as well. And I'm sure there's Chinese people that don't agree with their leaders, but they can't say. And they move here. And they work hard. I have known quite a few immigrants from Vietnam, from China, from Japan, and elsewhere. Laosia. They're hardworking people, and they are very family orientated, and they're very education orientated. And they work hard to get what they want, and they put in the time, they put in the effort, and they put in the knowledge. And I commend those people that come here legally and put in all that effort and are successful. I support them 100%, because those people were the salt of the earth. And I don't care what country they originally came from.